Hello students, welcome to online lectures of Kids Planet High School. This lecture is for class 4, subject EVS 2, lesson Shivaji's childhood. Let's begin. Children, in today's lesson we will learn about the conditions of Maharashtra at the time of Shivaji's birth and his childhood. Birth of Shivaji Maharaj. Those were very unsettled days. Times were not very peaceful and things were not in order. Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor from the north, from the uppermost part of India, has sent a big army to conquer, meaning to capture and take control of the Deccan, that is southern part, lower part of India. Adil Shah of Bijapur has burnt Pune, the principal, the main and important town of Shahaji Raje's Jagir. Children, Shahaji Raje was Shivaji's father. Shahaji Raje was in real trouble. He found himself between the devil and the deep sea, meaning on one hand he had to manage the army sent by Shah Jahan, and on the other hand he had to rebuild Pune. He was in problem from both the sides. He was constantly running from place to place to manage the conditions. Jijabai, Shahaji Raje's wife, was pregnant and he was worried about Jijabai's safety. Shahaji Raje was thinking of some place where Jijabai could stay safe and in peace with no disturbance and away from the eyes of enemies. Then he remembered the Shivneri fort and decided to send Jijabai there. Shivneri was a strong fort near Junar in Pune district. Shivneri fort had steep cliffs on four sides, meaning the walls were quite straight and nobody could climb it easily. It had strong fortifications and massive doors. Children, the fort had protective walls to save it from enemies' attack, and it also had huge doors. Vijay Raj, a relative of the Bhonsales, was the in charge of this strong Shivneri fort. He was ready to give protection to Jijabai. So Shahaji Raje left Jijabai at the Shivneri fort and went quickly to fight against the Mughals. And then came the golden day of Shivaji's birth. On the auspicious day of Falgun Vaidya Tritiya in the year 1551 of the Shaka era. Children, it is the date as per the Hindu calendar. He was born on 19 February 1630 with the sounds of pipes and drums playing in the Nagar Khana. Nagar Khana is a place where music is practiced and played by the musicians. At the time of Shivaji's birth, pipes and drums were played. Jijabai gave birth to a son, to a boy. All the residents, all the people living in the Shivneri fort were overjoyed, were very happy. And on the 12th day, with appropriate, proper ceremony, the child was named Shivaji as he was born on Fort Shivneri. Shivaji's childhood. Shivaji was growing up at the Shivneri fort. Shivaji passed the first 6 years of his life in highly unsettled conditions, meaning the situation in the state was not in order, not proper. Even then, Jijabai did not neglect, did not ignore his education. Every evening, she would light the household lamps and then call Shivaji to her, as you can see in the picture. Jijabai would shower all her affection on him. She would sit next to him, love him, care for him, and also tell him stories of Rama and Krishna, of Bhim and Abhimanyu. They all belonged to the mythology of Ramayana and Mahabharata. They were all very brave, strong, and great. On other occasions, on other times, Jijabai would recite to him, sing to him the devotional, religious songs of Namdev, Dhyaneshwar, or Eknath. Children, they were all saints. They were kind and helpful. They helped the needy people and taught the people good values. Shivaji liked to listen to the exploits of brave men. Children, Shivaji liked to listen to the interesting, unusual work and achievements of the brave men. On listening to the story, Shivaji felt that on growing up, he should also display, meaning show great valor, great courage like them. Jijabai used to tell him stories of many pious persons, that is sincere and religious persons and saints. All this instilled in him, meaning established in him, respect and honor for all saints and great men. Children from poor families came to play with Shivaji. Sometimes Shivaji also visited them in their huts and shared their simple meal, food of onion and bhakri with great relish, with great enjoyment. They also invented many interesting games to pass the time. The children of Mavlas were like birds in the forest, as they would imitate, meaning copy the sound of the cuckoo or parrot or tiger perfectly. This was also one of their games. Their other pastime was to build small forts of earth, that is, fort made up of mud or clay. They used to make earthen elephants and horses. They played hide and seek, and they also played with ball or spinning top. Shivaji used to join them in all these games and became popular in them. That is, they liked Shivaji very much. Shahaji Raje towards the Mughals. After settling everything, Shahaji Raje returned to Nizam Shahi all right. At that time, Shahaji Raje was working for Nizam Shah. He returned back all healthy, but he did not get any peace of mind there. Even after returning, his mind was still disturbed. Nizam Shah himself was a fickle-minded person, meaning his mind kept on changing very quickly. Anybody could easily convince him of anything. He very readily, meaning easily believed all gossip, something that was not even true, but he believed everything. Hence, many conspiracies, meaning secret harmful plans, and petty rivalries, meaning small competitions, infested the court, were always present in the court, and it harmed the court. All these harmful secret plannings and fights led to the killing of Lakhoji Rao Jadhav openly in the court at the instigation, at the push of Nizam Shah himself. Due to the push and encouragement by Nizam Shah, Lakhoji Rao Jadhav, father of Jijabai, was killed in Nizam Shah's court. Shahaji Raje could not withstand it, could not bear it. Infuriated, he left Nizam Shahi and joined the Mughals. He became so angry with the killing that he left working with Nizam Shah and joined the Mughals. Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor, made him a Sardar at his court. In the meantime, Fateh Khan, Adil Shah's general commander, had secretly joined hands with Mughals and killed Nizam Shah. Fateh Khan killed Nizam Shah. There was complete anarchy in state, meaning There was no control, no government in the state due to the death of Nizam Shah. It became evident that Fateh Khan was treacherously planning to enable the Mughals to swallow Nizam Shahi. Fateh Khan was a very unfaithful, cruel and dishonest person. He was planning and helping the Mughals to take control of Nizam Shah's state after his death. In return of Fateh Khan's work, the Mughals rewarded him, gave him the territory which was under the control of Shahaji Raje. Shahaji Raje did not like it. This made Shahaji Raje very angry, enraged, and so he left the services of Mughals. So he left working for the Mughals. He was so angry that he decided to teach them a lesson using all his might. He decided to fight against the Mughals and make them realize their mistake using all his strength, all his army. Founding of new Nizam Shahi. In order to forestall, prevent or stop the Mughal Emperor and Wazir Fateh Khan from taking over the territory of Nizam Shah, Shahaji Raje found out a child heir from the Nizam's family and on the fort of Premgiri near Junar declared him as the new Nizam Shah. Shahaji Raje found a child heir, a relative from Nizam's family who would take control of all Nizam Shah's territory after his death. He declared him as the new Nizam Shah, as the new ruler of Nizam Shah's territory. With this, Shahaji Raje established new kingdom which included the territory between the rivers Godavari and Nira. Shahaji Raje still had to fight to protect the new kingdom. He fought vigorously with great strength to protect this new state. Initially, in the beginning, Adil Shah was helping him. But later, the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan himself marched south, attacked south upon Shahaji Raje and threatened Adil Shah, scared, warned and pressurized Adil Shah to stop supporting Shahaji Raje as it would not be good for him. Then under pressure, Adil Shah signed the Treaty of Friendship, a contract of friendship with Shah Jahan to help Shah Jahan in fighting against Shahaji Raje. Now Shahaji Raje started fighting against both Mughal Emperor and Adil Shah using guerrilla tactics, meaning Shahaji Raje's army was working in small groups and attacking in irregular patterns. But he could not fight Shah Jahan's army any further. So in 1636, unwillingly, unwantingly, he signed a treaty of peace, a contract of peace with the Mughals, which means there will be no more fights, no more wars. Shahaji Raje could not create his own kingdom as the conditions were not good for him, as the conditions were not favorable for him. But his daring spirit, his desire to fight for himself, and his desire to build his own kingdom kindled a confidence among the Marathi people. His daring gave confidence to Marathi people to fight for themselves, and this helped Shivaji in building Swaraj a few years later. Jijabai and Shivaji in Karnataka. After taking over Nizam Shahi established by Shahaji Raje, its territory was divided by Mughals and Adil Shah amongst themselves. Shahaji Raje's Jagir of Pune and Supe came under Adil Shah's share. So Adil Shah gave it to Shahaji Raje on his behalf. Now Shahaji Raje started working for Adil Shah. Adil Shah gave him the task of conquering, taking control of the territories in Karnataka far away from Pune. So Shahaji Raje left for Karnataka to capture the territories. After some time, Jijabai and Shivaji also joined him there. They also went to Karnataka. Shivaji's childhood in Maharashtra was not very easy. There was a continuous fear and tension. Shivaji and Jijabai had to rush continuously from one fort to another. During that time, young Shivaji used to hear the stories about the brave work done by his father. Shivaji and Jijabai got some peace, some relief, and less troubles when they went to Karnataka. Shahaji Raje defeated many kings in Karnataka. Happy with Shahaji Raje's work, Adil Shah awarded him with the Jagir of Bangalore. In return of his work, Adil Shah gave Shahaji Raje the Jagir of Bangalore. Shahaji Raje then made the city of Bangalore his headquarters, his main place of work. Shahaji Raje lived there with all trappings of a king, with all facilities and luxuries of a king, and began to summon the court. He also took decisions of the court. This was all about the lesson Shivaji's childhood.